It looks like I still am. Okay, no, now I'm right side up, but I'm holding the phone, which I really didn't want to do. All right. Hey guys, how are you? Say hi. And those of you who left, then fine, you're gonna miss some wisdom. If you didn't have the patience for it, that's okay. Hey Mel, hey Mel. What I'm gonna do, oh man, let me see, is my phone, my phone is charged. I'm gonna unplug it and see if I can just live stream just like that without having to hold it. Hey. All right, and at some point I'll probably have to pick it up. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessings to you as well. Hi, spaceman, and then maybe Korean or Chinese or Japanese print. Hey, 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 hey. So yeah, so the phone can set down. I need a holder, you guys. I need some sort of like iPhone holder for live streaming, but I am still traveling. And you guys, it's so pretty where I am now. I'm gonna, hold on, let me see if I'm gonna turn you guys. You can't quite, can you see? There are horses out in the field, though they've gone like over to the next field. It's like, yeah, so I'm still in the UK, and so I want to talk a little bit about manifestation. Now, I realize that not all of you, or even many of you, want to necessarily, move abroad, start a new life somewhere else. Maybe some of you are thinking about it. Let me know, because this is something I really do want to talk about, is manifestation. I talked about it a lot earlier in my channel, and then I also was mixing in tarot. But as I shared in a recent video, I don't want YouTube to label my channel as only tarot, because that's what YouTube has to put a channel in a bucket. And because I talk about many different things, that does make it a little harder for my channel. But it's all around intuition. It's all around the divine feminine. It's all around spirituality, mostly Eastern spirituality, as that's what I'm drawn to. Nature, getting grounded with nature, finding your own spirituality, connecting with it. But I think that all spiritualities, it's like roots spreading out. There's one main, there's a branch, and then the roots, or actually we could go that way, right? There's like humanity as like the trunk of the tree, and then there are branches. There are branches of different religions, different spiritualities, different, they may not even have a name. Like, what about those tribes that are in South America? They have a religion, right? We don't even know the name of their religion, but they have beliefs. So anyway, today I wanted to share with you the idea of, and I wanted to know what you guys wanted to manifest and talk to you a little bit about. And I've shared this before, but this is going to be one of my themes, not focusing on the problem, okay? So what do I mean by that? I feel like for many of us, and I do this too, that's why I talk about it, focus on what's bothering us, right? I'm going to give you an example. I'll give you a very transparent example, and I have my puka tea. Puka, doesn't that sound almost like a curse word? Puka. Lemon ginger and manuka honey tea, so it's really, really good. Get some tea. If you remember, I actually took the video down, not because it's bad. I was going through something with the embassy, the Jamaican embassy, because there were so many delays with getting my new passport, right? And so I was crying in that video. Now that's a YouTube thing. I have never done that, because I'm like, why would you film yourself when you're crying? If you are crying, just cry, right? Anyway. I was like, I'm going to film it because I was so upset. I'm going to share, with the community, like people who kind of know me, but online. And I just recently took that video down, you guys, because I was like, so I want to use it as an example. I was like, not that we don't have low points, but I want to be empowering. And at that point, I felt powerless. And you guys know I always say, yeah, Virgo. Virgos are very special. We're very special people. We're very needed. The world doesn't know it, but we're very needed. Actually, the world does know it. We are needed to find that little speck that is not matching, that is not correct. Um, anyway, so I'm going to use that as an example. I was feeling very disempowered with dealing with an official embassy, okay? And they are very powerful, right? Because they get to say yes or no. And there was like a mistake, like on my birth certificate, you guys. And for decades, of course, my mother did nothing. I didn't worry about it. I'm like, it's fine. Finally trying to straighten it out. Anyway, long story short, you guys know that I did get the passport, right? But I literally couldn't leave the country. Like I was literally stuck because at that point I only had the one citizenship and I didn't have a passport. So, I mean, if an emergency came up, I couldn't have left. Anyway, I bring that up to say I continued. I still kept persevering. If they said, this is a new hoop, I'd be like, okay, what color is the hoop? What do you want? What shape? What do you want me to do? And I did it, right? And so I'm saying the same thing to you, like, just keep going, right? Just keep going. Don't give up. And more importantly, though, you have to have a vision. So rather than focus on the problem, which I was doing in that video, you know, I was really sad. I was upset. Like I said, I felt powerless. But I don't want us to walk forward feeling powerless, because that nourishes others, other folks who are feeding off of us feeling powerless. And you can apply that to anything, you guys. Okay? Hold on, so I can see your comments. I'm probably going to read them on the computer because it's bigger. So there are many thriving right now who are sucking our energy. It's like in sci-fi movies. It really is. It's like those, like, there'll be like a Death Star, and what it does is it sucks everything in and it gets stronger. Yes, I see some hearts coming up. So I don't even want to talk about that. Right before I was going to go live, a dear friend of mine, she's so sweet, elderly lady, so sweet. She just loves me, you know. She's like, you make me laugh. I really miss you. And not many people make me laugh, which is true. I make her laugh. I make many people laugh, actually. And so she calls me and she wanted to talk about some stuff going on in the US, which I'm not going to get into. You can imagine, in terms of politics. She was very upset. You know, the poor thing, she was very upset. And I had to tell her, I'm like, I'm going to film for YouTube. And I was in a certain energetic space. And you guys, you see what I'm saying? I had to actually stop her and say, look, I can't talk to you right now because, and she was trying to tell me what to talk about. She's like, yeah, don't say that person's name, but you know, people are going to be so upset, you know, because there's so much he's doing, like, right this moment, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. So how do you talk to someone like, she's feeling really disempowered? And then I'll totally read your comments. She's feeling really disempowered, guys. But truly, she's probably in her 70s and there's some things that make her happy. She's not gonna, there's not much she can do. There's not much she can do, okay? So, and she has some health issues that make it hard to refocus her. So I knew what I needed to do because I didn't need to get upset. I didn't need to basically break off parts of my energy and send it off in a certain direction, because that's like literally what it is. It's like you can power yourself or you can power other people. Now, that doesn't mean you go along with everything or you don't take actions. It does mean not spinning your wheels. Does that make sense? Not just like, she was like, oh, this was happening. Not doing that. Don't do that, okay? So, even talking about it totally takes me off track. What I wanted to say to you, you got to have a vision. That's what I want to talk about. You got to have a vision. And this friend does not have a vision. Because of her age, there's very little that makes her happy, and her health conditions. So she doesn't have a vision. Now I'm talking to you guys. We can have a vision. As they say, without vision, isn't it? Without vision, the people will perish. So don't focus on the problem. Focus on the solution. Let go. You see the problem, understand it. Okay. You don't have to delve into why, and I want to understand, and accept that this is a problem. Again, I'm going to use the times of like Nazi Germany. different people did different things, and it was good because some people just did whatever to be righteous people, right? To be righteous people. But those that knew they could be victimized, what they did and what best served 4 generations down, they were able to reproduce and continue their lineage, and is that they, when they got an inkling that something was going terribly wrong, and this is any situation, this could be an abusive relationship, this could be anything, they left, and the early ones got out. And I'm telling you over and over, I have spoken specifically to Jewish people who, know of, or they're a part of their family didn't escape. You read stories about they had planned to leave the next day, okay? Literally, everything was packed. We're gonna catch that train. We're gonna go to Stuttgart, or no, we're gonna go to Vienna, okay? So I think there actually were a lot of Jews in Vienna, thriving, contributing to the cultural life, right? Whatever. So we're going to take this train to Vienna, and then by the time they were going to get to that train station, the train had stopped. They were not able to take that train, and they were scooped up. Because scooped up sounds nice, like scooped up, but they were taken on their way to the train, or a neighbor reported them or something. So I'm just saying, whatever it is that is toxic for you, see it, but don't waste too much time analyzing. Start to look at what are the solutions, what are options. And what I see a lot of people doing is feeling like they don't have options. And again, that's the powerlessness that some of the powers that be want you to feel, because it will stop you from taking action. Now, of course, we look at certain situations, we can see that, again, people are trapped, right? So I'm just saying, have a vision of what you want and then act on it, is really what I'm saying. I'm gonna look at your comments now. So let me pull this up closer. And things can change. And I'm not blaming anybody, because sometimes we are really under-resourced. We may even just not have the emotional resources, right? To look something up, to make a plan. Okay, am I gonna really take half of the last bit of money I have? You guys, there's a channel, I think it was on Rashida Dow. She talked about a woman who literally had $2,000 to her name, And she used that money to move to Mexico with a child. Now, some people do that and that does not work out. But this particular woman probably knew in her heart, I am resourceful. Like we're gonna find a way to make it work. Whether it's roommates, whether it's I don't know, I'm sewing, whether it's I'm doing hair. So anyway, $2,000 that literally would have been her rent. I want to say in Atlanta, right? So she didn't pay that final month's rent, or she gave notice, and literally she had that money because it would have been rent the next month. Went to Mexico, and years later is there and is happy with a child. Okay, so just an example of, on paper that wouldn't look good, right? But you have to know what you're capable of, and you have to weigh how you feel and what you hear Spirit saying to you. So let me look at your comments now. They're over on this side. So hey Mel, I'm just gonna say hi to who's here. Space Ma'am, the dove fly. Some of you are commenting a lot. Thank you. Isabel, hey Isabel. Sizzin, and Kupi KZ89. I know. Oh hey Cupcake. Yeah, how are you? Yeah, no, I love these colors, right? Look at this here. Isn't that a great blue? The camera's not quite picking up as intense as it is. It's making it darker than it is. And this like citrine. So do join my membership, and I'll talk more about, if you are interested in specifically, maybe in manifestation, but in maybe specifically manifesting going abroad with a low budget. I'll talk more about it there in that setting. Okay, you'll see a join button. I restarted that, but let me read your comments. Yeah, Space Nam says, I listened to your root chakra. Hey, thank you. You know, someone came in here and said something, actually, and I think it was Cuppy Cakes. She said, "Yeah, I used to watch you during COVID, but then we all went back outside." And I was like, "Oh, that is so interesting." Because all YouTubers' numbers were really high during COVID, like super high. I mean, some people went up, you know, from like hundreds of thousands into like millions, right? Because everybody was inside. And so, because I notice when I make chakra videos, they don't do as well. And so I thought Spirit brought her forward to say that, like, yeah, we were inside, but then we went outside. Because she's like, I haven't watched you since then. So, because as some of you know who watch me closely, I have been like pivoting a little bit because, and trying to stay focused on what I feel like is new and fresh now. And it may still incorporate the chakras, but I'm not getting that buzz that I was getting before, guys. And it takes me hours to make a video, like a pre-recorded video. So I don't want to talk about something that you guys aren't interested in. Okay. So right now, those of you who are live, what are you interested in? Those of you from the future, what exactly are you interested in? What will you watch? Okay. Do you want me to do more affirmations videos? Do you want me to do the nighttime affirmations videos? I have one that's like 8 hours that does really well. Tell me what you're interested in. Yes, I am a Virgo. Virgo. Let's see. I listen to your root chakra affirmations every weekend. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I wonder which specific video that is. I think I know the one. I think it has red on the thumbnail. It might have like a red flower or, So it's root chakra, but affirmations. Oh, I'm so happy, Spaceman. That is nice. So I'm not going to not make the chakra videos, but recently I was talking about, hey, Isabel, you took a message back. I was talking about doing my chakra course month by month, each chakra, and I did not get enough registrations. I was really disappointed because I wanted to dive into that and go deeper. And so, you know, again, you've got to tell me what you're interested in. And I thought, and like, what do you want to learn that you would be willing to invest in as well, right? Because that's kind of what I do, is I teach. And, you know, this is a card I pulled today, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit as well. Isn't that a beautiful card? This is from the Starseed deck, right? It says, soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. And what's funny is this is literally my favorite color. It's like a hot pink into fuchsia. Okay, so I'm going to read you what, because I think some of you, let me talk about that first. I think some of you are being called and you're afraid to step forward. I have a good friend, I don't think she's watching this. I'm really encouraging her to kind of go for some freedom. She wants to go for freedom, but she feels hemmed in, and she's making money a god. Do not make money a god. What do I mean by that? For most of us, what we'll say is, I can't do the thing I want because of money. Now, it's not to say there aren't ever times that you don't actually have the money. But what I'm saying is start to do something small that you can do. So let me give you a big example. I was seeing somewhere somebody's under a wonderful video about manifestation and positivity, and some really famous new YouTuber. I think it might have been the woman who wrote The Secret. And they're like, well, I want to start a tech company and I don't have any money. Okay, if you want to start the next Facebook, I'm serious, it pissed me off because I'm like, really? And the person clearly, it didn't seem like they even had anything to do with tech. You see what I'm saying? That's like me saying, yeah, I want to start, I want to make spaceships and go to Mars, but I don't have money. Come on now. Give me some heart. What I'm trying to say to you is your vision is going to have at least a way you can start it. This person was like, yeah, I want to start a tech company. Something they said made me just think, are you even in tech? Where is this fantasy coming from? So let me say this to you. If you want to be a designer and you already draw clothes and you already make dresses, that's cool. That's spirit. You see what I'm saying? That's like, yeah, that's a line. So you've got a line. But this person was randomly, it felt like, just in the way that they commented, it's like, oh yeah, that's what I'd really do. I'd start like the next Facebook, but I don't have money. It's like, oh, do you know how hard that would be to start now? Right? Or let's like me saying, yeah, I want to build submarines. Like that dude who built, remember the homemade submarine guy? Because that really pissed me off. It pissed me off that somebody would endanger so many people, you guys. You know who I'm talking about. The guy who, and they called it, and it wasn't the Titanic sub, it was the Titan. Interesting, right? It was the Titan sub to go look at the Titanic, and the dude was like stitching things together and like staple and like gluing things together, like literally. That's not you. That's not what I'm saying. So what is your vision? What is your vision? And how can you take a small step, right? So let me see more of your comments. Let me know if you followed that. That was a roundabout way all the way from the Titan and the Titanic and back. Mel says, I've been dreaming of and craving to see this season's version of A Streetcar Named Desire at the BAM Theater. Why do you have to catch it next time, Mel? Why can't you catch it? Did you already miss it? I remember BAM. Do you know I never once went to BAM? I lived in Brooklyn. I lived down the street from BAM. Oops, sorry guys. There was a sound and I realized that something kind of slammed. Yeah, no, BAM is really good theater, avant-garde theater, innovative stuff, and I think I never went. I might have gone once. I might have gone one time to BAM. So Mel, why can't you go? Oh, Spaceman, yeah, now I'm upright, but my phone's not plugged in, but we're okay, we're okay. Mel says, I had a wonderful new understanding in my spiritual practice, in my personal spiritual practice, which is exciting. I'm keeping it to myself and I can think about it a little more, but I'm excited. That's great. That's great, Mel. Oh gosh, my light's changing. I had such good light earlier. Okay, and Mel, I'm reading your next comment. Yes, in terms of government and yes, taking things seriously, yeah. Let's see. Okay, comments, you guys. I want to know what you think. Hey, folks are joining. I'm just trying to encourage you to have a vision for what you want in your life, what you want to manifest, and don't betray your vision. Don't betray your vision, okay? Your vision might be because you're being called. So this vision that you hold in your heart, it might be a soul gift, right? And it's time for you to step up, but you can't betray your vision. You've got to keep moving forward. It's spiritual, it is like spiritual battle, okay? It's good to see that sometimes, though. It's comforting. Okay, Spaceman, I'm not sure which one you were talking about. Yes, they are purple. I know, my light, they are purple. And again, the camera, oh yeah, there you go. There you go. You can kind of catch the purple. Yes. Today I decided I'm not going to worry about nothing, just enjoy the day. Isabel, yes. Because what I was saying, I don't know if you were here when I said it, it's that the power, I don't want to get like super conspiracy, like aliens and like super way out, but it could just be also psychologically, literally, there are those humans who get stronger the more they feel they're crushing people, and the more they are crushing people. But if you have the ability to kind of take your vision off of them, it's literally like when we see them, they almost become bigger, right? Like sci-fi movies. Like I said, there's another sci-fi movie where that happens, where if you look at it, oh wow, there was one where you look at, guys, what was that movie where you look at it? It was disturbing. I think it was Bird Box. Was it Bird Box? You'd see the creature and you would just go crazy and then I think die. Okay? A lot of times movies have metaphors in them, like, they have messages, of course. So in the same way, there are people who grow from our gaze, our visioning of them, our worry, our fear, and it's like they suck that, right? Like it's milk, like it's mother's milk, that makes them bigger and stronger. And so we have to kind of pull our collective attention in, stabilize it, and then put it where we want to for whatever we want to accomplish. Does that make sense? Give me a yes if that makes sense. And again, do consider if you want to support the channel. I didn't put the buy me a coffee. They should call it buy me a tea. The membership, I think, starts at like $7.99, $8.99, and $9.99. There are 3 tiers. YouTube is like, make 3 tiers, okay? I really just wanted to do 1 tier, but I think 3 tiers is better. You will get, so please consider joining that. If you like my channel, if you benefited, as many of you have mentioned, for months, if not years, from different videos, then please consider becoming a member, even for a month or 2 or 3. And so every membership gets a beginning of the month. It'll either be a reading, but I might even for the channel members, because it'll be a smaller group. I might do a shamanic journey around an issue. It'll be some sort of message that'll cover that month. And there are other perks as well. There are absolutely other perks. So do consider, just click the join button, okay? Would really appreciate it. And another thing, I think at the middle and higher level, we get a live, where we're not out in public, where nobody is seeing your comments, where I can see you if you want. You could have your camera on. I think I'm also gonna leave it that your camera can be off, because I think for some people, I have a very diverse community, and I just want everybody to feel like they can, keep their camera off if they want to, all right? If they feel like they didn't do their hair's not did, or whatever, they don't have makeup, or their background is messy. So click the join button now. I think that you will definitely get the $10 out of it a month, okay? And think about how much you're spending, hopefully not at Starbucks doing that. Guys, I think I spent like $8 on a Starbucks, on a chai at Starbucks in the UK, because I didn't do the translation well. I think it was like $4.85. I want to say that's like $7 American. I'm like, what did I just do? And there is this wonderful little patty. I was talking about it in another video. It was so good, you guys. Yorkshire, it's not Yorkshire Bakery. I can't think of the name. I will show it again. Really, almost like beef patties, like the Jamaican beef patty, but it was veggies. They have like three vegetarian. It was so good, and it's really big also. It's quite large. I swear to you, when I looked at my account, I want to say I paid $8 for that, which to me is a lot. Maybe it isn't. I've been out of New York City too long, because I live out in the country, so I think everything's expensive. When my dear friend, you guys, who's basically my brother before he passed away, he came to visit me, and he's like, he literally wanted to buy everything. We went to the food store, and he's just like, and I'm like, you're here for 5 days, right? Like, isn't that silly? And he goes, but everything's so cheap. And I'm like, yeah, but how much can you eat? Okay, how much can you eat in 4 or 5 days, right? And then, he was right. When I thought about it, I'm like, oh my God, in New York City, this would be $3 more. This loaf of bread, or these pastries, this orange juice. It was crazy, the price differential. So my brain is not adjusted to like the true prices of things, I don't think. Let's see. So you put your comments. I want to know what you think. Again, live, I share random things, but again, the message is, I want to know, what are you manifesting? What do you want to create? And are you doing it? Isabel, I'm going to read your comment, because I see you said something about vision. Yesterday, Isabel says, yesterday I felt very defeated because I have a vision, and sometimes my vibration goes off when you think about financial issues. Okay, Isabel, let's talk about that. Sometimes I go live, Goddess, and it's for one person. That's just my mission. It won't be 10,000 people at this point. It'll be 4 people come on, and 3 of them are like, oh my God, I was thinking about this. I asked for a sign. I swear to you, this happens all the time. I'll be talking about a topic, and everybody who comes on is like, oh yeah, I just did that. I broke up with my partner, and so Isabel, let's talk about it. Don't worry too much about your vibration, because you know what that does? Then that hurts your vibration, because you're like, oh, I'm not being positive. Oh, I'm so stupid. Why am I so... You see what I mean? It's like you get in a loop. So don't worry about your vibration if you think it's off, especially, because then you're just, it's like you dropped into a little hole. And then when you keep worrying about it, the hole gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And you're like, ah. I don't know. That was a metaphor. That was a metaphor. So Isabel, and you don't need family to agree with you. And I understand, believe me, like right now, what I'm doing, I have some good friends. I like having fewer good friends versus a bigger group, but I'm not close to them. So I prefer having a small, tight group. And they're lovely. I've explained over and over what I'm doing. I've explained to them why I'm doing it. And I can tell they're kind of like, or they only see the problems. Oh, okay, Isabel, yeah. Isabel says, okay, got it. No, don't look for a community where you can find it, Isabel. So even here on YouTube, literally find channels that are talking about what you are interested in, Isabel. I'm looking down because I'm seeing your comments come up on the phone. It's coming up there. So Isabel, what is your vision? And maybe I will pull, I don't want to pull every live that I do. But what is your vision? I mean, I can coach you a little bit if you'd like, or, just give you intuitive advice that comes up. Okay, I'm gonna look at my computer for comments, and then Isabel, tell me, what is the vision that you're feeling unsupported about? Okay, topic, inner child. Yes, cupcakes. Actually, I have an inner child video and it does do really well. It ranks in my top 10, so thank you. I even was like, Viv, you need to make more about the inner child. It's the one where you see all the kids, all their different faces, and they're looking like they're looking down and the camera's looking up at their face. Yes, I will do it more about what specifically about inner child. Get specific. What do you want to learn? What is it? Do you want to feel healing for your inner child? Was it a father figure? Was it a narcissistic mother? Like, give me more details. And we're waiting, and Isabel is going to, okay, inner child, business, and writing. Okay, business, that is way too general. I'm not sure if that's for me, video topics. Then I don't know. Writing, sabotage, anger. Ooh, and I love the avocado emoji. If you were in my membership during the live, you'd be able to talk to me and tell me specifically. Forgiveness too, along with everything listed above. Okay, yes, you are reading my mind. Genuinely, I was looking at my top videos. A lot of them are about the sacral chakra. A lot. And I'm like, okay, what else can I say? Because literally, you have to either do these practices or come study with me. Like, I don't know what else specific to say, right? So, but cupcakes, it was forgiveness. I was like, I need to make another forgiveness video, definitely. That people were really interested in that. And then the inner child, yes, healing. Okay, and I see the hearts, yeah. So Isabel, what's your vision? I'm gonna scroll down so I can see. You said nobody understands. Okay, I'm a makeup artist and I just want to be financially stable. Okay. All right, well, there's a couple of things. Isabel, you have to always, all of you, this isn't just about Isabel, so don't tune out, right? Don't do that attention span of a goldfish, okay? 7 seconds, I don't know if that's really true. Isabel, first of all, stop saying no one understands. Because that's huge. Can you guys see? Can you tell Isabel to not, that's called globalizing, my love. If you have a therapist, they'll tell you that. That's like you fall down and hurt your pinky finger. And you're like, oh, I always hurt myself. I always have accidents. Why doesn't anything work? That's globalizing. So then you feel like crap, right? Because now you're like, you've told your mind that, yeah, I broke my pinky. You didn't even break it. You sprained it. And now you're like, my life sucks. I'm always hurting myself. Oh, da, 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 da. I'm so clumsy. So don't globalize, number one. And I'm sure you can name one person, Isabel, that does get it. One person that gets it. So you are a makeup artist and you want to be financially stable. So what are some ideas that you have? Because I believe, yeah, like a victim. So we don't want to have a victim mentality, and it can be very hard to get out of it. So I'm going to just recommend some folks, and I see Mel commenting. I'm just going to recommend some folks, okay? There's a channel called You Are Creators. There's the woman who wrote The Secret. Just look on here on YouTube. There's anything that says Neville, Neville, the teachings of Neville, even Louise Hay. You need to literally, every morning, Isabel, you could start by have a preset playlist of my positive playlist. I have that. And some of the people I just mentioned are in it. There's a woman, Marissa Peer, who is also, again, this is for everyone. She's a hypnotherapist and she's got like hypnosis. They may not fully hypnotize you. I feel like I get partially hypnotized, but they're very positive. She has you kind of go back and you vision your childhood, and she is a trained hypnotherapist. So Marissa Peer, Peer. So check her out, the woman who wrote The Secret. Some of you might vibe with Jack Canfield. Just find positive videos and every morning watch one of them. Sorry guys, my eyes are getting blurry. Yeah, there, now everything's focused again. And watch one of them for like 20 minutes, right? Or watch one of my affirmations and say them out loud. In fact, I just had an affirmations video. I'm gonna go to it. So you may hear, hold on. And many of you, maybe you haven't seen it yet. It's really good. It is speaking blessings into your life. And it says inspired by Reverend Ike. Now, if you're too young, you don't know who Reverend Ike is. That's okay. He was a preacher from the 70s, but I watched him as a kid and the adults loved him. He was like a prosperity preacher and he was funny. He was funny as all blank. So check that video out. Speak blessings into your life, prosperity affirmations. And he would call them treatments because he knew, especially the mind, especially coming out of the 60s and 70s, especially in the Black community, the mind needed to be opened up. And he was really one of the first out of some of these much more famous preachers, but he was the first, especially, the first that really he was packing, not stadiums, but I want to say he was at Madison Square Garden. Who knows Reverend Ike here? So check that out, only 64 views, and I did that a week ago. So it says prosperity treatments, so watch that. How to work with fear. I have a video, has 130 views on that. There's a lot. Yeah, you've got to, it's not even pull yourself up. There's material out there for free to help you, for Isabel and for everyone. So let me go back. But that's what I really suggest. If you're you're not sure, and I understand it. I suffered from depression for years. And so Isabel, find positive videos, watch them at least one in the morning and one at night. Okay, make a playlist for yourself, right? Anybody else, who do you guys recommend for her that will show you how, I really believe we're in co-creation, Isabel. So it's not just you're not the only one creating your life, no. If a tsunami happens and you get caught in the tsunami, there are other factors, okay? There are other factors. But how about the person who, and I always give this example, when the World Trade Center came down, and I know, I'm not blaming the victim. I really want to talk about how can we not be the victim. That's what I'm talking about. I know 2 or 3 people who that morning did not go into the World Trade Center. No lie. And I think 2 of them were like my yoga students, and that's how I knew, because that's what was happening at the time. I had the yoga studio in New York. One woman, I think she said she stopped to smoke a cigarette, right? Like, stop smoking, don't smoke. Well, that cigarette saved her life, you guys, her life. She didn't go into the building because she stopped to smoke. Another one, they got fired the Friday before, if I'm remembering the story right. Or like a whole week before. And this is what they said to her. They said to this woman, don't even come in to get your stuff. Like, just, which sounds weird now. They were just like, we'll ship it to you, or like, don't even come in. Saved her life. True stories, okay? True stories. So what I'm saying is, shit does happen. Absolutely, right? There's dark, there's light, there's good, there's bad happening. There are negative energies, negative entities, negative thought forms. So you've got to get yourself out from under like a cloud. It's like a cloud can follow you, and it is hard to get out of it, but it's possible. So you just need help, and then it's easier, Isabel. Okay? So let's see. Yeah, so I'm seeing some great comments. Let me go back. Okay, Cupcake says you don't remember your childhood. Okay, yeah, that's some trauma, likely. So, and Isabel, what are some ideas on how you can get financially stable? First of all, you know what I would do, Isabel? Just came to me. Spirit just gave me an idea for you. Find 3 rich makeup artists. Now, my friend who I was talking about, he was a gay man and he was really into makeup and stuff. Not so much for himself, though he did wear a little bit just to like smooth his skin out. I think it's Kevin Akunin, also I think a gay makeup artist. And he had his book, which is why I have his name in my head. So Isabel, find 3 makeup artists that you admire and just watch them to convince your subconscious that you can be a makeup artist and be successful, have a livelihood. You see what I mean? You see how I'm giving you like different things you can do? Oh, I see. Okay. And I remember you told me your name in English and your name is written in Hebrew. Hey. How does the inner child control? It's not so much that the inner child controls, it's that it almost, well, I feel the inner child can sabotage or can make us so fearful. Think of a little child, right? They tend to be they can be impulsive, but they can also be very frightened. So the inner child is almost like healing a part of us that is vulnerable or feels powerless, is what I would say. Yeah, you like that idea. It's a good idea, right? It is a good idea, Isabel. All right. What are ley lines? Ley lines are theoretical, invisible lines thought to connect significant landmarks. Absolutely. Oh, okay. Shit. You guys, let me get my pen. You are giving me good ideas. And I often, hold on, let me get this is my notebook that has multiple things in it. I kind of like you guys to have notebooks for different things, but then I end up with like 5 notebooks and then I'm like, wait, was that a dream? Would I have put that in my business manifestation or would I have put that in my like personal? So now I just got one right now, okay? Let me write this down. Hold on, let me find a clean page, first of all, because you guys are giving me great ideas, but I need a, hey honey bunny, hi honey, hi honey. Okay, all right, don't knock anything down. Yes, you're so cute. Yes, you are. You are, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Yes, you should see the tail wagging. Oh, hey, Isabel, thank you, honey. That is here, hold on. Very kind of you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. That will buy me one of those English little bun things I've been talking about. I'll think of you. If I find the particular little bun shop that I'm gonna go look for. Oh my Lord. Thank you guys. That is so sweet. But again, yeah, and if you become a channel member, during our lives, this is the type of thing we can talk about, Isabel. So Mel said about ley lines. Now, Mel, I feel like I'm not an expert on it, but I can do an intro video for sure. So yeah. Here, hold on, thank you, Goddess. I appreciate it. That's very sweet of you. So Mel says ley lines, yes. Inner child. And what specifically, again, is it just feeling fearful? Feeling overwhelmed, right? Again, think of how a little child, the types of manifestations that a child has, right? It doesn't understand everything totally. It's very innocent. So like what aspect? Let me go back up because I missed one. Okay, ley lines, inner child. This doggy's going in and out. If you see me like that, in and out. And then the door slams in. What was the other one? I missed it. Inner child, ley lines. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna come back down slowly. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, that was you, Cupcakes. Yes, that was you, but was that the inner child? Videos are so soothing. Oh, thank you so much. Isabel, yeah, what would you like more of? Okay. Business writing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say I can talk about writing. Oh, forgiveness. It was forgiveness. Thank you. Listen, forgiveness can hold us back. I'm struggling with that right now because I have some family members, to be totally honest with you, I have one family member that hates me. When I say hate, I mean hates. I'll give you an example of something they said. This was from years ago, but you guys, I didn't understand it. And I was talking to a lady who was helping me. She was so sweet. I stayed in an Airbnb for like 2 nights. And some of you will know why. I'm not going to get into it on here though. And she said to me, she goes, yeah, she had the exact same situation. So at one point, this family member, we were going to go to a funeral, I think in a couple days or whatever. And I think I said something about, yeah, this is back in the day, you really did wear black. And I go, yeah, black dress. And the family member snapped at me, you guys, and they go, yeah, you can wear a little black dress. And I was like, what, but really angry. And I'm like, what? I'm like, well, wait, we have to wear black. Like, I was just being literal. I was just being myself. I was just being goofy. Isabel. And what she meant, I think she explained it, because I was just like, what? What's wrong with you? What? Well, I'm not supposed to wear black. Oh, you're so skinny. The family member is overweight. I only really care about that really for health. That's my thing, is if you're healthy and you're at big size and you're healthy, that's it. That's beautiful. Okay, go ahead. And there's some pluses to that if you're healthy, right? The family member isn't healthy, and they just snapped on all I said was, oh yeah, I got to get a black dress. And there was this rage, you guys, and I was like, okay. And I didn't know that they were so angry about me being skinny at the time. It wasn't like I was dieting, and I wasn't talking about being skinny all the time or anything, because I was just naturally thin. I think I got that. I want to say my papa. My papa was skinny. He was a pretty skinny dude. And my mom was skinny as well. This was a half sibling, so just genetically, they had different genes, and so some, different genetics. But yeah, I was really like, oh my God, you hate me because I'm skinny, and that makes you in a rage, and I didn't even realize. All right. And then more came out. I know many of us deal with that. Like I said, I wasn't doing anything to this person. Not a damn thing. Yeah, they do, Isabel. And the family member, I know it wasn't a lot of pain, because again, if any of you are from the islands, or there are some cultures where people are blunt, and somebody did another at a party, and I rarely went to any family gatherings because I just was kind of different. I did stick out. A family member, an elder to me at that time, said a terrible thing to her. Terrible. I was like, what is it with people? You guys, you should have seen my face. I was like, the family member's here, the one who hates me, and then this elder, and once you get into the auntie uncle stage, you can say whatever you want. And he's like, blah 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 blah. And I was like, why would you say that to somebody publicly? That is not even helpful. And you could see, the family member's face, just like the shame, embarrassment. It was horrible. It was horrible. People can be nasty. I don't even want to get into it, because like I said, I've been experiencing that. And any of you, if you can relate, because you can see how my mood changes. I'm thinking about it. I really felt bad for her. I don't know. I think I stood up and maybe rubbed her on the back or something. I don't remember, but I didn't say anything, because I'm not going to argue. At that point, I was still young, like maybe 30s, and this person was in their 60s, 70s. So I wasn't going to be like, what do you, because that's just not how you're raised to be polite, and you keep your mouth shut. We don't want to hear from you. Give me a yes if you come from that background. You could be Korean, because I know some cultures. I have a Korean friend, and I know it can be very, you say certain things, you don't say certain things. Certain things are implied. Like you or I listening might be like, oh, that didn't seem rude, but the rudeness was in it, right? So, Cupcakes, enjoying this live. I have dropped for a session. Yeah, they do have nasty attitudes. Yes. Welcome to the club. My mom and sister can be envious towards me because I'm living in vision. Okay, Isabel. See, I hadn't read that, and that's why I went off on that rambly story. That's what I mean. I kind of just channel stuff. So you have to say to yourself, okay, they're damaged. It's very hard. I know, especially with your mom, right? You want your mom to be all like, yay, my daughter is the best. You want your mom to be like your cheerleader, and so it's hard. My mom, I said this in another life, my mom said to me, I got featured, it was either Essence or Yoga Journal, you guys. And my mom said, she looked at it and she goes, yeah, I would have thought you would have already been on television by now. And I was like, you thought I'd be on television? I never got that from her. So the magazine wasn't enough, right? So I was so proud of the magazine. My family was like looking at it. And she's like, yeah, I already thought you would have been on television. I'm like, really? Is that how you motivate? Instead of, yeah, this is great. Oh my God, this is such a stepping stone, Vivine. Like if I were a mother, that's what I would have said, because I would have had the same, but I would have been like, this is beautiful. You look beautiful. Oh my God, ask questions and be like, it's going to be so great. This is going to lead you to greater and greater things, right? Instead, my mother's like, yeah, I already thought you would have done that. You see the difference? Do you see the difference? But anyway, I am proud and self-respectful, although someone apparently has a negative attitude towards my belief system or one of my parts. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We have to kind of pull away from, and it is difficult. This is like spiritual work, to just be like, you know what? This person just doesn't like me for whatever reason. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just not their flavor. I'm not their jam. I'm raspberry. They like strawberry. I'm blueberry. They like, I don't know, ginger bits jam, which actually sounds very good. My mom's family has a bias about women being, too dark-skinned, yes. I was scared to be outside. Oh my God, really? You were scared to go outside? And Cupcakes, you know where that comes from, right? So that was probably passed down, right? That was passed down, passed down, passed down. Wow. Again, I'm from Jamaica, and I can't say now, you guys, but growing up, I would say 70s, even into 80s, where I was still coming up, it wasn't a big issue. Not to say for everybody, but I don't think it was as big an issue as in the United States, colorism. But it probably did exist, but in my family, it wasn't a big issue. My dad was still calling Chinese people Chinaman, which actually I think is not considered rude. He's like, oh, he's a Chinaman, meaning he's from China, right? It's like he'd say, I'm a British man, or whatever. He's just, but I'm like, even as a child, I'm like, wait, that doesn't sound quite right though. I swear, I think I was like 8, and I'm thinking, I don't think that's how we say it, Daddy. I was always that type of kid. Pain in the ass kid. Because that's one of the things I remember about my father, this particular moment where he said, somebody's a Chinaman. And I'm sitting there thinking, don't we say Chinese? So I was always the weird, nerdy kid. And that would have been considered rude for a child from Jamaica. And again, tell me if any of you are from the Caribbean, to correct an elder. So I don't think that I'm pretty sure I didn't say, Daddy, we say Chinese, He probably would have slapped me. Oh my Lord. You guys, thanks for listening. Tell me what other video ideas, and if you have any last questions. And then I probably should head out, because my light, like I said. You guys, let me see if you can see the horses. Hold on. I'm gonna try to take you so you can see the horses outside. Oh my God. Here, hold. There's like 3 of them. There's 3 of them. Hold on. Hopefully we won't cut off. Okay? Here. Can you guys see? Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Can you guys see the horses? Let me zoom in. They're just munching. You know what horses do. Okay, you don't need to be that close on my face. They're eating. They're eating grass. All right? wonder who I'm telling that they're cute. So yeah, in my membership, I do already have I have the April reading. You have 3 choices. I thought of it as like collectives, like collective number 1, collective number 2, collective number 3. There was a theme, which I talked about in the public video. Hold on. The public video, I talked about the themes. So check that out if you just want to know the general themes. And I have to be honest with you guys, though I'm drinking tea. It's so funny. The place where I'm staying, they left me it's Scottish, a ginger beer. But it's like an alcoholic ginger beer, and I usually don't drink. It was so good though, you guys. It was really, really gingery, and and it was fizzy, right? But you didn't taste the alcohol. This is a huge bottle, so that's why I'm like gassy, because I drank this ginger beer, and now I'm trying to like mellow it back out with my tea. So yeah, let me check your last comments and things. Let's see. You guys are so funny. Hopefully I am still live. Okay, yes, I am still live. Sending you a delicious experience. Oh, you went to school in London. Okay. I love London. I'm not going to lie. London, I don't want to say it was better than New York, because I'll be thrown out of the, former New Yorkers club that I'm in, organization, not really, as a New Yorker, because that's where I grew up. I really like London. I was surprised. I stayed in, and it was a whole row of these narrow brownstones, right? Because everything in England is smaller. So these really narrow brownstones, not comparable to Brooklyn brownstones, which are gorgeous. But they had like painted them all white and made them into, not B&Bs, but made them into like little hotels. And I ended up in an attic. I still do have film to show you guys of that, just of being around London. I went to Buckingham Palace. Actually, I was going to do a separate video on my thoughts on London. The thing is, that would need to be a recorded video, you guys, because I wanted to insert, snapshots that I took, right? So I can't do that live well. Even if I could show you, then it would just be weird. I'd have to be like, could I do that if I made like a Zoom live? Yeah, that's going to be a recorded video, and it's going to be my thoughts on England after 2 months or whatever, and I'm going to do the good and the bad. But London, I really liked. It felt safer than New York, for sure. It was cleaner. I saw less homeless. And I just liked it. I liked the vibe. I love the double-decker bus. I mean, what are you going to not like about that? London is a sprawling city. That's the thing. It's sprawling. That was the one thing I was like, I think I'm seeing like a tiny piece of London. I didn't get to I didn't get to most of the areas. So yeah, last comments, you guys. Let me see. Are there more in the chat? Put them in the chat. So yeah, we've got to let go of the people who can't support us for whatever reason. They simply can't. Oh, Kevin Akuin. Okay, Mel. I'm just seeing that comment now. I know I'm late. Yes. No, he was a legend. And there were, I want to say, at least maybe 2 coffee table books about him. So yeah, my friend Ken, my brother basically, he had the coffee table book, because he had all the coffee table books. Okay. And so Kevin Akunin, and what I remember most was he transformed Lisa Marie Presley into Elvis, and it for like a magazine, and it was like, oh my God, she really does. How did he do that? I think it was Kevin Akuin who did that, or he did that type of thing too, where he would just transform you. So yes, he absolutely was a legend. He passed away. I think he had he had some sort of rare illness. Yes, he was. And Isabel, yes, okay, so you see, so maybe I came on just to encourage you, Isabel. Seriously. Yeah. Don't give up, goddess. And do you have an Instagram? Maybe you could put it, Isabel, before I go off, do you have an Instagram? Maybe you could put it and folks could follow you. Only follow her if you are interested in makeup. or transformations, or, you know, however she does it. It doesn't help the person if you follow, but you don't really watch their thing. So Isabel, yeah, if you have a moment, are you, and if you're not on Instagram, I would say you should be. Not so much because Instagram now, it's pay for play, okay? Um, Goddess, maybe what you should do is start a YouTube channel. And I know there's a lot of makeup channels, but yeah, this would be a whole like kind of coaching session to figure out what you do with makeup and what you want to do, right? Like what's your niche, what's your angle. But yeah, makeup on YouTube is, and I don't even watch them. I just know it's a hard subtopic. Let me just see your comments before I go. Oh, somebody else okay, wait, two of you. I'm gonna just say my Hebrew friend went to school in London, and then Delicious Experience says I went to school in London. I loved it. I genuinely loved it. I genuinely was like, wait, was that two people, or did I mix them up and read it too fast? Hold on, I might have, because your comments are right on top of each other. So, oh, I think I did. It was Delicious Experience who went to school in London. Yeah, not the person whose name is in Hebrew letters. Let me see. Yes, that's how my mom acts. I know. That's just how they do. That's just how they do. And it is insecurity. It's insecurity. It's not you. We have to keep saying it's not me. I don't want to say it's them though, because I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying hard not to be too negative, but I would definitely say it's not me. And so you feel empowered. And Isabel, I'm going to come up with a phrase for you. I love coming up with affirmations. It says, I am such a gifted makeup artist. I have a waiting list of clients. Okay, you guys, before you go, and I mean this, Mel, everybody who's here, come up with a affirmation for Isabel, please. For her makeup artist career, that it be thriving, okay? So Isabel, mine for you is, I am an amazing makeup artist. I have a waiting list of clients. Like, to me, that sounds really full, right? But tweak it, because a waiting list or means you can't even get to those people. You're so popular that they can't even get an appointment for you. I mean, do you do weddings, Isabel? Like what do you do? So if you say you really want to do brides, I would say, my bridal makeup is featured in, and then Makeup a Magazine. My bridal makeup is something that's a stretch, but that would be really good for you, but that you believe could happen. So my bridal makeup is featured in blah, blah, blah magazine, or something like that, okay? Does anybody come up with an affirmation for her? Let's see, and Mel might not still be here. Yes, check out, and Cupcake says, yes, check out your peers. You would be a good peer support. Absolutely. But Isabel, and another, again, depending on what you do, or is it more like, do you want to do like sci-fi makeup or like movie makeup? You know, because then that's different. I would come up with a different affirmation. Yeah, let's see. I bring out the uniqueness of every client. That's beautiful. Yeah, if you're doing makeup for like regular people, whatever, like the way I think most makeup artists, then I would go with, that's also really beautiful. I bring out the unique beauty. I want to zhuzh it up a little bit more, even than the uniqueness of every client. I want to make it more, even more positive. So I would say the unique beauty. I would bring the word beauty in, or the unique, my clients love my work. My clients love my work. I bring out their unique beauty. I bring out the unique beauty in every client, right? And here I'm going to name Paloma Picasso. And my friend who passed he'd be laughing. He'd fall off his chair for that, because we'd make, now, she was not a pretty woman by most standards, okay? again, if you're young, you don't know what Paloma Picasso looks like. But she always had this bright red lipstick, and she was just giving you like face, like, you know, and it was more about being unique and being striking, cause yeah, she wasn't like classically beautiful, but she was definitely striking, right? So yeah, I like that. I bring out the uniqueness of every client, or I bring out the unique beauty, the unique, beautiful aspects of each client I work with, and they love it. They love how I do their makeup. And Isabel, last thing, and again, this is for anybody, make a whole script. Make a whole script. I have videos on this. Just Google manifestation on my channel, right? There's a little like spyglass, right? I guess we used to call it, or there's the old name for it, and you could put in what you want to search for. So any of you can do this, whatever you're wanting to manifest. Don't just write one affirmation. See how I started? I just started to get more excited about it and talk about it. So my clients love me. They book me to help them learn how to do their makeup. I advise them on the proper product lines for their skin. So you have ongoing consultations with them, and they book me for special occasions. I am their go-to makeup artist for special occasions, and it's incredible. Word of mouth is crazy. I literally am booked up till the new year. I am booked up with holidays, weddings, and whatever, graduations, whatever. What season are we in? Yeah, graduations, proms, whatever. So, yeah, I really like that. I love that for you. Wonderful. So I hope this served you guys. And yes, and I have not said that the channel membership is not limited only to women. I have not, because it's a channel membership. So, guys, you can absolutely join. It'll probably be like 90% women. And it only matters when I'm doing the live, and then it doesn't even matter. Because like I said, you can keep your camera off. And yeah, so click the join button, and clicking it doesn't mean you join, but you can then read about the different levels. So don't worry, because I'm always like, yeah, if I click the button, wait, is it going to happen? No, it'll take you to a pop-up, you guys, that will say, I was not creative. I apologize. I was just bronze, silver, gold. The main things, like I said, I wanted to keep it simple because I didn't want to tire myself out, especially with so much going on. And guys, that's why I am traveling, is because I feel like I'm the canary in the coal mine, which they'd bring a canary down, and if the canary would keel over, they would know that there was toxic, I forget which gas, in the mine. That's what that phrase comes from, canary in the coal mine. I think they would put the canary down. They wouldn't go with the canary down into the mine, and then they'd pull the elevator shaft back up, and if the bird was dead, they'd know, don't go down there. Okay. So I do feel like that, like the canary in the coal mine. And so, yeah, I have been, dealing with my own personal stuff. Some of you watch my channel know from before, and then all the political and just that energy I feel of increasing hatred from some quarters of America. Not all, obviously, because so again, I don't want to globalize. So all of that to say, I didn't want to tire myself out. So the channel membership is there. The main thing is some sort of intuitive reading early in the month. And then the other major thing you'll get is a live with me, a small, live, private, not on YouTube, not open to the public. Also, there are other little perks. I think at the $9.99 level, just call it 10. I do give discounts for my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop has it's digital and it's AI. So if that's not your thing, I understand, but I have a lot of goddess art. I have some positive affirmations. I have some orishas. You get a deep discount on that. And there's a couple other perks as well. There's a black and white horse that's out there right now. He's got his butt to us, eating. And so as the sun sets, I just want to send you guys love and peace. And I am going to just saying this out to you because if I have witnesses, I'm going to try to go to bed by 10 o'clock because part of my thing, you guys, I'm going to be really honest with you. When you're young, and I did this, you can push staying up 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. As you get older, you really can't do it anymore, and it takes a toll on you, so don't do that. So I'm like wrestling with myself to get to bed, and the recommended time, holistically, again, for all of you, 10 o'clock, okay? Because, and maybe I should make a video about this, at 11, an energy starts that will wake you up again. An energy of drive and creativity and expression starts at around 11. And you're going to be awake until 1 or 3 in the morning, but at least probably till 1, okay? Because it'll give you energy. And that's not good because it actually prevents you getting that really deep sleep, you guys, okay? Mwah. Much love and blessings, and have a good evening, and be safe. Bye-bye. Love you guys.